Hello! Exciting news. We made it to Derby. We've just done a little bit of shopping just to top up because we're going to need 10 days of food and we only had 7, so... But, here we are. We're about to start the Gibb River Road. How good. Talk to yous. Alright, we've made it to the first stop in the national park. This one's called Windjana Gorge, and so far it's doing it for me. It's got some nice rocks over there. Just in the distance. We still haven't quite pulled up yet, but this is our first stop before we went to our camp spot, so we figured we may as well get this over and done with so we don't have to double back on ourselves tomorrow.
And also, I said to Kev, there's a white car in front of us, looked like a cruiser. And I said to Kev, how nice does that look like driving on this road with the cliffs in the background, and times like this where I wish we had a videographer behind us that could just capture all this stuff so we didn't have to stop and pull over and get out. And I was sort of hinting for Kev to offer, but I'm still waiting, so.
I just feel sorry for them.
For who?
For them.
Because they're driving a Land Cruiser.
Yeah, because they're in a Land Cruiser.
They're still ahead of us.
We've made it to the car park and we're about to start the walk, and we come across this. They even supply gloves, and you've got to catch them.
They tell you to put it in a bag.
Which will kill it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. So apparently it's a 1.5 hour return, and it's a class 4 walk, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm really in my thongs, so.
I haven't had any water today.
Yeah, had a Coke though, full of energy. It's a nice little lookout just at the very start here. No crocs in there by the looks of it. So we just passed some people that were returning or coming back from the gorge. Oh wow.
There's like a little walkway there.
Yeah, you go through the wall there. And they said that they saw 2 crocs, so we might see one. That's so cool. We've got to walk through that. Woo. There's a nice little window. Oh, he's taking photos. Oh, and there we go. Now I'm in Narnia. This is awesome. I literally expect to pop out of here, walk through this little bit of a jungle, and then see like a T-Rex just sitting out here. That's so cool. Wow. Yep, there's a pterodactyl. That's mint. Check out the walls here. Man, that's a long way up. Onwards. I've been told to be quiet because apparently the crocs don't like my voice. So, I found this for you guys. Doesn't look like this one's going to be scared of my voice, but you can just see him on top of that rock there. He looks pretty comfy. It's our first croc encounter in the wild, of course, not at a park. I managed to get a little bit closer to him, but I'm not going any closer because that's already pretty close. The colours in this wall here is just amazing. I actually feel like I'm in prehistoric times. I was just walking along this path, minding my own business. Got to about here, and then I absolutely shat my pants. He's a decent freshie right there. I'll just leave him be. Ollie's insisted that we get some good footage.
You can nearly touch him. Video me touching his tail.
No, don't touch him, leave him alone. Apparently that is the end of the trail. That was short as. I don't even reckon that was a kilometre. But this is it. Windjana Gorge. Obviously we've seen some freshies, some freshwater crocs, but haven't seen no big gators or anything. Yeah, it's definitely a cool place. Like, have a look. We highly recommend doing this gorge walk. It's quite pretty. All the colours, rocks, and then you get to see the crocs.
Pretty easy walk too.
Yeah, it's
like
easy,
class
yeah.
4, but so was that Knox Gorge. That was was that class 5?
No, that's class 5. That.
But
Yeah.
still, class 4 normally is a bit more than this. It's just a couple of flat
Yeah. And that one's still on the rock all the way up over there. Still seen.
It's like salty.
Well, so far we've seen 5 crocs. There's one right where that land bit is in the water there. He's on top. This won't pick it up, but Holly can get it on her camera lens. And there's also another land bit over there, and he's just right above my fingertip there. He's got his mouth open.
Like salty in the photos.
First night camping on the Gibb River. Having spaghetti.
Skitty.
What's this place called we were staying at? What was the other one?
Leonard River.
Leonard River rest area, but that side was all full. You had to open a gate to go through it, and there was heaps of caravans and that in there, parked really stupidly, so we couldn't go there. We tried going up the road to another spot, but Holly didn't like it because it was close to the cliff edge. And then, yeah, we stumbled across this, but there's one camper here, but we left thinking, oh, we'll find something else up the road. And then we ended up driving in some farmer's paddock, I reckon, because it was another gate, but there was no one else in there, and there was just cow shit and cows everywhere. So we just thought, we'll turn back around and come back here. So it's quite an open area, that. Like, it's probably, I don't know, 80 metres by 50 metres until you get to the river over there. So, yeah. Spaghetti on, blokes.
Yep, and did you tell them what we saw? Oh, they would have seen what we saw today. Oh, we're also keeping track of the amount of crocs we see. It was Kev's idea. I said there's no point because we're going to see that many of them, but he wants to keep track of the ones that we see along the Gibb River. So we're writing down the gorge name and if we see any crocs, what type of croc they were and how many we saw. So at the end, I might be able to put like a little story up with each on our Instagram. If you're not following our Instagram, make sure you jump over because we post a lot of our professional photos over there.
The ones I take.
So, yeah. The ones with the good camera and...
good operator.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
If I was to quiz him about what the camera was and the lenses, he'd have no idea, so just ignore him.
I just know it goes ka-chink and flashes sometimes.
But yeah, that's got all of our professional photography over there and a few little edits we use. Lightroom for our editing program in case anyone's curious about that. If you want me to go into more detail, just let me know. But we have some presets that I've put together on there that we pop on the pictures. We try to keep them as natural as possible, but obviously you never really post the raw image on there, so you want to have a little bit of a pop of colour or what the natural colours are. So we do have filters on our photos, but we try and keep them as natural as possible. I often turn the filter right down so there's barely any change, but yeah, just pops the natural colours out. So yeah, if you're not following our Instagram, it's just the same too in Oz, and TikTok as well. If you're not following that also has lots of reels and things that we post on there, or TikToks, same ones as we post on Instagram. And yeah, it's a lot more of like short videos and things that you'll see on there compared to our longer episodes here. But yeah, on Instagram, speaking of that, which may be on that train, yeah, I'll try and pop some stories up with the amount of crocs that we see at each gorge in case you're interested. So yeah, we're gonna eat our skirty and boings.
Oh, I've just finished crying. We were just sitting here because we were eating our skitty, and we're having a conversation about what sort of pasta we like the best, and we came up with penne. Well, we like penne, but we don't like the angel hair stuff or the fettuccine and spaghetti. And then Holly's like, oh yeah, Mum never cooked me penne as a kid because I always used to do this, and she was explaining, like, she grabbed the penne bit, she'd slice it in half with a fork and stuff it with mince and then eat it. And as she was doing it, her whole bowl just fucking fell on the ground and all over her crock.
I still have one pasta left, so I'll show the camera. You split it open like this. You get a bit of mince.
Oh,
fill her up. Mum did cook it. She just used to yell at me for playing with it. Fuck's sake.
Oh god.
Why me?
Because you fuck around with your food.
I was trying to show you something.
You fuck around, you find out.
Look at my foot.
Yeah, I know, you're going to have to hose it off.
Far out.
Funny times though.
Do you reckon stuff on the top's alright? Like that?
Yeah, probably that, yeah.
Don't! It's a desperate measure!
Previously on Eating with the Homeless.
Oh no, I got dirt on it.
And this is why your mum never made you penne pasta. Because you play with your food. Don't play with your food.
Pardon me.
Good morning, good people. We've had a bit of a slow start to the morning. Had a bit of a quick wash, bit of breakfast. Just looked at this map and there is 6 gorges that we can do today. So we are currently here, in this Leonard River bit here. And all the way up here, there's 3 gorges on your left. You've got Dollarite Gorge, Bell Gorge, Isdale Gorge. They're all pretty common ones, so I think we're going to do them. And then on the other side of the road, there's Leonard River Gorge, Brown Rig Gorge, and Windjana Gorge, which I haven't heard much about the Windjana one. And it looks like it's miles out, so I don't know, I'll have to maybe just pull up and have a look, see what the sign says, how many Ks and that it is, because I don't think we've ever heard of that one. It's not on Google or anything, so.
Alright, as we're driving, we are coming up to what's called the Queen Victoria Head. So it's basically a rock formation that looks like Queen Victoria's side profile. It's pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it because of the sunlight. I think you can just see it there, and the windscreen's a bit dirty. But that's pretty cool. I've got some photos on my camera, so they'll be posted on Instagram if you want to have a better look. But you can see it on there. Yeah.
Looks like she's got a book hanging out of it.
It's pretty cool.
Quick hour drive up the road from our camp spot, and first gorge we're doing is Leonard Gorge. So this Leonard Gorge walk is a class 4 walk, 3 kilometres long, roughly 2 hours return, I'm pretty sure it said. So
it has the stinkiest toilets.
Yeah, the worst drop bunnies I've ever smelt.
It doesn't even smell like a drop bunny, it smells like
an overcharged battery.
Yeah, like gassy egg.
Just smells like, yeah, rotten egg. It's gross. It's quite a nice rock actually. It's just all along a riverbed here. The water's quite clear. This is probably the deepest we've seen it. Probably still wouldn't hop in it, but...
You can see it at the bottom.
Alright, the walk's been pretty cruisy so far. It's a bit up and down, but it's not really harsh. We can just hear a waterfall in the distance, and yeah, obviously that is the gorge just straight down there. Oh, I think it's only a lookout by the looks of it. So this is the lookout. Where are we? Apparently it is extremely deep, which I think I can tell that just by the sound of the water gushing in over there. But yeah, that's it. That's Leonard's Gorge. It looks absolutely stunning over there. Okay, we just thought we'd come back and read this sign because, not that we were disappointed, but
I was.
Yeah, Holly was.
I'll just tell you. So, yes, the hike wasn't the hardest thing we've ever done compared to some of the ones that we have done, but it wasn't easy. It was very rocky, very uneven ground, and very overgrown. We just saw a snake on the way back and a few lizards and things like that, whatever. It's also very hot today, and silly us, we didn't bring water, so it was fun to get up. 200 metre hill climb at the end over rocks and stuff, barely any track, you just got to make your own, and then 200 down, and it's just a lookout. And we were like, what, you can't even go down there? And the people we passed were like, oh, we're going to go for a swim, and we're like, well, you can't get, like you guys would have seen on the camera, you can't really get down there for a swim. So yeah, we thought we'd come back and have a look at the sign. It does actually have a lookout symbol here, which we just neglected to see, and it also says that the trail then follows the edge of the gorge for 100 metres that takes you to a lookout with spectacular views of the gorge, which did. It was very pretty, but I think we're just expecting...
It's just normally in the names though, they say like Leonard Gorge Lookout.
Yeah.
But anywho.
Now you know.
Off to the next one. I think the next one is Oh, it depends what end we start at, whether we go all the way to the top and start there and go back, or whether we just do them on our way up that road. But we have Isdale Gorge and Bell Gorge. Oh, and then Dollarite Gorge, I think it is.
Dolomite, okay.
So we'll check that out. Alrighty, we just pulled up at Bell's Gorge, or Bell Gorge. There's a nice couple crossings on the way in on the road. It's a very long road. Just going to go see how long this takes to do. I'm going to read this sign and make sure it's not another lookout. Yeah, so there must be two sides of the walk that you can do, but yeah, stay tuned. So we read the sign, and apparently there is a 1.5 kilometre class 4 hike, which is obviously to the lower pool, but then you can do a 2 kilometre class 5 hike once you've got to the end of the class 4 one, which takes you, looks like it goes across the river and to a pool just at the other side of the waterfall there. So we'll see how we go. We might do the class 4 one and then, I don't know, what do you reckon, Holly?
We'll just see when we're down there.
Yeah, I reckon we'll just see and go from there. So this is the river we got across. That was actually relatively easy. We keep forgetting that it's actually 1.5 kilometres return, so it's only 750 metres in. So yeah, we might as well go and do the rest of it. I think I was wrong. I think this is where the class 5 bit starts. Yeah, because there's a big river right there. So yeah, an extra 300 metres past that previous little creek. Yeah, which is where the class 5 starts.
No, the class 5 ends at the pool.
I don't think so. Because there's two pools. Yeah. We'll have a look. I'll let you know. Yeah, I was right. That's the end of the class 4. So we just did all that. And then that is the class 5. You've got to go over the river and then to the waterfall over there. So, yeah. This lower pool is pretty cool though. Quite the view. And then yeah, that is the hill that you have to walk up to do the class 5 start of it, so I think we might do it. It's so cool. We haven't even crossed yet. Oh yeah, there's heaps of people down there. The gentleman just pointed out that there is some goannas on that rock there. There's one right there. And there's one right at the very end. The lady just told us if we just continue walking up here, you can see the waterfall. Sort of saves you the hike, I guess. So I know we'll get some photos and then we'll decide. But actually gushing. Geez, that looks deep. And that's her in her former glory. How good's that? It's absolutely beautiful. I'm surprised no crocs in there.
We've climbed up a little bit further and there's a few more little falls here. It's quite cool. There's little fish in the water and there's a couple of goannas that you would have seen resting on rocks, so cool little spot. Yeah, we thought there's no point really because I haven't got my bathers on, so I wasn't going to swim. And yeah, you can sort of see it from there anyway, so we're just going to walk here and explore some more. How cool is this? Nice shaded walk back.
Yeah, they reckon this is class 4. I reckon it's like class 2.
Yeah, compared to what we have been doing. It's so weird. The classes just do not line up at all.
Well, this is a dirt path.
Wow. That just landed on me.
What?
I don't know whether it's bird shit or blood.
Anyway, we've handed the steering wheel over to the skipper. She's Can I have a go at this little river crossing?
There's nothing to it. It's as hard as a rock.
Yeah, you can literally idle through it. I just thought it'd be good for you to drive. Bouncing like a boat. Couple of locals. Holly reckons she just ran over a bloody snake.
I know, it was a massive big brown snake. And I didn't see it until the last second and it went under my wheel and then I saw it flick out at the back, but I reckon that would have easily been 6 foot. That was a big brown snake. I did go back to try and find it because I thought maybe I might have accidentally killed it and I was going to take it off the road, but it wasn't back there, so I obviously didn't kill it. It's obviously slithered off. Whether it dies or not afterwards, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but it wasn't there.
So we just asked the lady at the little Amidji general store where we just had to fill up, $2.85 a litre by the way, where a bin was because our bin bag's full, and she said, oh, it's just up past the campground on the left. Well, she's an old school bin. She's a farmer's bin. You just chuck all your rubbish in the ground and then fill it in.
Holly's not a fan. Holly thinks we should continue with our rubbish and place it in a proper bin because I do not want to contribute to landfill.
That's something a granny would say, Ollie.
I'm a granny then when it comes to...
Coming out of the rubbish bin depot, and we notice these beautiful Brahmins. Look at the humps on him. Oh, he's branded too. Hey buddy. What you doing, bud? Look at the hump. You're a big boy. There's heaps of them. It's probably 6. 6 all up. Look at you. How friendly are you? Wow, look at you go. It's a whole lot of beef. Oh, look at the knacker bag on him. Rightio, we were trying to find a camp spot and we just ended up coming to the next gorge because there isn't really anywhere to camp. And instead of turning around, we're going to do it right now. I think it's 4:30 or something, so I don't know how long it's going to take us, but it'll probably be dark by the time we actually find a camp spot.
Oh. Do you drive through here?
Nah, I highly doubt that. But that looks wet.
What is going on?
We could drive through it. I don't know. I'm tipping you're not meant to though. So confused now. We don't know whether we drive through because that's all washed out up there. And there's a car parked up there. And there's no signs. I don't know, I think it's best we just walk. We'll just walk along the side there. Heaps of people walk alongside there by the looks of it. So we ended up driving it. And that was freaking gnarly. There was some massive rocks and a lot of bangs and clangs happening underneath the car, but I'm pretty sure this is it here. There isn't a lot of walking to do, so yeah.
We just saw a couple of them.
Yeah, I just saw a couple that said apparently it's really good swimming here, so probably will have to try that out. Yeah, so there's no signs or anything, but this is the gorge. What is it? Adcock Gorge. Add a little cock. Oh, nice little. Look at the reflection. So clear. Nice boulders everywhere. Nice little water pond here. A bit of a waterfall. Hi Ollie. Lots of lily pads. How's that for a view? Nice white gum at the end. Beautiful reflection. This would be a good spot just to chill out. We did a little bit of walking and we could hear another waterfall up ahead, so we decided to follow our ears and come to this beautiful pool and waterfall over here. And this must be where they were talking about swimming, because that looks very deep. Waterfall. Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? Nice pool. Yeah, no one's here.
We finished there and we are going to go and find ourselves a campground. You can't stay at the gorge here. There's like no camping signs. It's just a day use only. So we're going to go for a bit of a drive and see what we can find. But I reckon that was actually the prettiest gorge. Yeah, that's the 4th one that we've done so far. And yeah, that was the prettiest one. If that was during the day, like it's 4:30 now, so I didn't go for a swim. But if that was during the day, in the heat of the day, I might have just jumped in. It looked very inviting and very cold. It was very deep. Yeah, and it was pretty easy to get to as well, so it was good. We just got to the rocky section that Kev was talking about at the start, where it was a little bit gnarly. So I'll just flip it around and show you. It looks pretty flat up that end, but there's a few bigger rocks here you have to try and scale over. So I'll just move forward and then I'll flip the camera and show you guys. Alright, I just had to scale all down the side of this water crossing just so I could get it on video for you guys. And in one part of it, I had to walk in the water. My thongs got wet, and these cheap rubber Kmart thongs suck. I don't know why I keep buying them, probably because they're like $1, but as soon as they get wet, your feet just like slip out of them, and you nearly do a plug every time. But once this focuses, we'll give Kev the all clear. Alright, go ahead. And we'll film him. How pretty is that sun setting over there? That looks pretty cool. I'll move to the side so we can actually get out once he comes across. It's not that deep, it's just rocky in there. This is actually pretty easy. Don't know why he wants me to film it, but anyway, we'll get all the angles. You can see he's on a pretty rude one over there actually. Oh no, straighten back up. We'll stay zoomed in for you. So yeah, that was Adcock Gorge. We are going to find ourselves a campground now, and we'll check in once we do that. The time is 4:30, so we'll see how long it takes us. All right, we found a spot. It's an unofficial spot, but there's campfires all along here, or like spots for campfires all along here. So it's clear that other people have stayed here before, and it doesn't say no camping anywhere. There's no private property gates or anything to go through. It's literally just off the road, and like just down like a little dirt track. So I think we're fine to stay here. I said to Kev, the worst that'll happen is someone might come up and ask you to move or something, but if there's no signs that actually say you're not allowed to camp here, then I can't see we're doing anything wrong at the moment. So yeah, we're going to quickly cook dinner so we can jump to bed and get started early tomorrow morning with some more gorges, I think. So what's for dinner, Kev?
I don't know, I'm thinking about pizzas, because we got like little naan bread wraps left over from when we had the fish curry, so, and we have pineapple and pizza paste and ham, cheese, meatballs, so I don't know, could do a pizza, or otherwise, what else we got? Burritos, but we had wraps for lunch, like a salad wrap sort of thing, so.
We'll sort it out and we'll let you know once we've decided.
Alright, we've decided to run with pizzas, just basic, just Hawaiian with a bit of onion.
Good morning. We have woken up at 7 o'clock this morning, or Kev a little bit earlier than me, and Kev is making pancakes after making some coffee.
Oh.
No words. I think we've been going to bed too early because we keep waking up like throughout the night, like multiple times without what is going on. Multiple times throughout the night, and I think it's because we're in bed at like 6:30, and it doesn't help that it's so dark here at like 6 o'clock, and we were by ourselves last night, so, and obviously like there's heaps of animals around, so you don't really want to pull out an awning and put a light on and play Uno and stuff because there's dingoes and things out here, so it makes you a little bit scared. So we just went up to bed and watched more movies. But yeah, then you're waking up at like 10 o'clock and then midnight, and then, you know, and it was so peaceful last night. It was barely any wind. It was, yeah, really calm and peaceful, but you're just waking up multiple times because I think we're going to bed too early. So hopefully tomorrow we might be able to push ourselves a little bit and stay up till maybe 7 or 8 and see how we go then for sleep. So we're just driving along the road where we camped last night and found another really cool camp spot just here. And there was all these wild boars on the other side of the river, so they all just ran off before I could grab my camera, but we're going to keep going because apparently this takes you to the top of the waterfall that we were at yesterday, so it's just like a route from the other way.
Alright, apparently this is the top of Adcock Gorge, or Adcock Waterfall. That's a nice bow actually there. Only a small one, but still looks nice. Heaps of people have camped here. There's that many fires and that, but I don't think a parkie would even be able to get any of the track in. It's pretty gnarly. A lot of drops and that, but yeah. How cool is this? Not many people would know about this. I mean, it's on the Wiki Camps thing, but not many people would actually drive down here because the track's pretty... There you go. It's literally like a river or creek bit that people have just driven around because it gets pretty washed out. But yeah, nice little waterfall. That's so cool. And it goes down obviously all the way over there to the big mouth of the river there. That is so cool. This is the view from the other side of the fall. I don't know. We're maybe thinking about walking down there to see if it gets to the big waterfall, but there might be a few snakes in that, so we might leave that.
Back on the road again. We've got 13 kilometres until the next gorge, which is called Galvin's Gorge. Apparently it's a really short walk into the gorge itself, and it's like a little bit of a rock pool with a small waterfall, so we'll see what that looks like when we get there.
Righto, first proper gorge is Galvin's Gorge. Stay tuned. Come across a char grilled cane toad. Good job, buddy. Oh, that's still KFC, Kentucky Fried Cane Toad. Righto, so far it's just very similar to all the other ones. There's a nice little river or creek going through, but there's no real signs or anything to say where to go, so just following some previous marks. Oh yeah, there's a massive waterfall just up over there. Check out that last bit. Trying to get close to the waterfall, but I think you might have to go to the right there to get a better view of it. The water is so clear. There's another one at the top that I can't quite film. I might have to go further over there, try and get the top bit. Slowly working my way across, boys. There's a baobab tree right at the very top there, which I'll move across more so I can get a better view of it. So this is probably one of the prettiest waterfalls we've been to. Have a look at that. Those baobab trees look very cool. That's Galvin's Gorge, done and dusted. What's the next one, Hol?
I think the next one is heading towards the...
Oh, there's a roadhouse or something.
Yeah, it's
just
called
up the road.
Kapungari, and there's only like 3 roadhouses along the Gibb River, so we sort of just said we'd stop at each one and top up fuel just in case.
There we go. Galvin's Gorge, Manning Gorge.
But they're up past there, so
yeah,
we've got to go there first.
Yeah, so next one is the Mount Barnett Roadhouse and then Manning Gorge. Upper Barnett River Gorge. But yeah, it depends how far we decide to go. Alright, we've just rocked up at the Mount Barnett Roadhouse. There's this cool little tin area with all the number plates and signs on there. We like our lizards frilled, not grilled. There's a lot of number plates up there. Not many Victorians. Two, yeah.
3, 4.
There you go. Holy shit. I was just laughing for a good 5 minutes about this Free electric vehicle charging. Oh, how good.
Okay, so we've just paid for the Manning Gorge campground. I think it'll probably be one of the only paid spots apart from El Questro that we do. But yeah, it cost us $50 for two people, well obviously both of us, so $25 each, and that includes the pass to Manning Gorge. We do have a parks pass for WA, but because Manning Gorge is privately owned, you have to pay that separately. So then she said that it's 1.5 hours one way, which is fine, but then she said, when you get to the part here, you need to swim across. And I was like, is there any other way that we can do it? And she's like, no, you have to swim across to start the walk. Obviously Kev can't swim.
Yeah.
So then she said that it's not that far. Like for her, she's only a small person. It was like a 2 or 3 meter swim. So it's not that bad at all. And there's these little plastic containers that you put your things in and push them across like to go over. So we'll just go and see. If I have to ask someone to borrow their pool noodle for Kev, we'll just have to do that. And go from there. But yeah, we're gonna go and find a spot at the campground, I think, and check that out. Okay, so we're gonna just do the gorge tomorrow, but because it says don't do it after 11 AM because of the sun. But it's hot today, but it's not too hot. There's heaps of other people that are just leaving now to do it, and the time's about 11:40. So we're just gonna jump with them and do it. Now, pardon me, we thought that there might be parts of it that you could walk. The lady obviously would have told you, but at the shop said no, you have to swim. We went and had a look before. You definitely have to swim, and Kev's a bit nervous, but they do have plastic oil drums or like feed bins that are cut in half for you to put your things in to go across. So it's like a flotation device anyway. So I said to Kev, he can just hold on to that and kick, and we'll just see how we go. But we do have a plan. We'll see if that works. But yeah, stay tuned. We're going to go and do it now. He is super nervous. He already forgot the camel pack. He's so nervous. He'll be right. I won't let anything happen to him. If anything, it'll be the crocs that grab you. But there is fresh waters all through this river, so but they're harmless. They'll be right.
It was nice knowing you all.
I'll pop in there. Any last words before you go across or not?
No.
Wow. We made it past the rock, and then Kev panicked a little bit. He was pretty quiet about his panic, but he was like, I'm not moving anywhere, I'm not going anywhere, and he couldn't touch the ground. And I was trying to move the pontoon, but he was like sort of secretly pulling back on it because he was trying to get to a spot where he could stand, so we weren't going anywhere. Luckily there was a guy that like watched us when we came in, and he said, do you want a hand? And Kev's like, yes please. So he actually went in front of the pontoon so I could stay next to Kev, and he pulled us up to the end. So embarrassing for me, but Kev's all happy now that we're across.
I made it across. I don't give a fuck hell.
And he actually was really brave and gave it a go. Like, normally he would be like, fuck that, I'm not doing it. So, good on him.
Found a little guy.
No, you didn't. Someone pointed him out.
Yeah, I said we. Look at him. Look at the back legs on him. They're like a frog. Oh, he's off. We've been walking for a fair bit now. It's kind of hard to see where you're going. You just got to look for little white spray painted arrows like that one down there, or little pink ribbons on trees. But it's not the hardest walk, but it's not terrible.
Probably the hardest one we've done in the Kimberleys so far.
Yeah, probably, yeah, and the longest. It's pretty long. It's 1.5 hours in, and then, yeah, 1.5 hours back apparently, so beauty. We can see some water all the way down there. You can hear the waterfall, so I think we'd probably be the only ones down here maybe, because we have passed a few people coming back up. Yeah, this stuff is going to suck coming back up. It's all like this. How good's that? I can hear the waterfall, but can't see it yet, so I have to go around the corner here. How cool is that? Look at the wall. Really just ain't shit, though. So cool. This is freaking awesome. It's actually quite a climb. You've got to climb a fair bit rather than walk. Like you've got to get down somewhere here. That is awesome. Yeah, there's that many fish in here.
Oh wow, so you've only just been starting to travel up here, have you?
how this is going to pick them up. There's some fat fish in here. The water is so clear, isn't it? It's a grouse spot. Going for a walk to get a better view of the fall, but this place is awesome. There's some massive rocks here that you just got to climb on. Just look how wide the fall is there. And there's little streams all over it. It's so good. Can't get over how clear that water is. It just glistens. So good. And there's so many massive orb spiders here. I don't know if this will pick up the cobwebs, but you see the people making their way back. I think we're going to go as well. But yeah, that was it. Manning Gorge. Alright, we just got back from Manning Gorge and we made it across the river. Had help, obviously. Pool noodle, pink one, and an elderly couple just pushing behind us. Pushing, and Holly, yeah, Holly was there the whole time helping me like a trooper she is. So yeah, that one's completed. Good afternoon.
Hi.
We have just had dinner. We ended up doing spaghetti.
Oui.
Oh, Holly ended up making spaghetti. I cleaned up though.
I didn't drop any this time.
Yeah, she didn't drop any. She managed to eat it all. She didn't play with her food. She even went to the efforts of making apple strudel, I guess you could call it.
It's called stewed apple. It's just stewed apples.
Stewed.
You peel apples and then cut them up with a little bit of, I'm probably doing it wrong, but this is just what I remembered and what I did. So a little bit of water, not like you don't want them fully covered, just like halfway covered, there's slithers, and a little bit of sugar and cinnamon, and then you just boil it until the juice sort of thickens a little bit, and then the apple's cooked.
So yeah, that's what we have for dessert, but we got a little fire happening as well. Well, I haven't lit it yet, but yeah, we got a little pile there that we're going to burn once it gets a little bit darker. And yeah, we're all gorged out. I'm knackered.
We are very tired, which is weird because we had heaps of sleep and kept waking up because we were just like not tired, and we're going to try and stay up a little bit later tonight, but we're actually buggered. I'm really, really tired. I honestly think, like, even though the swim wasn't that bad, I think just like trying to pull Kev over as well and all the stuff, like obviously it's a lot on your body, and then plus I think it was 4 kilometres return, that hike, because it was 2 either way, which isn't that bad, but we also did other gorges this morning, so we've probably done 8 Ks or so today.
I did one gorge.
No, we did 2. Oh no, we did the one last night as well. Anyway, whatever. We've done a lot of walking recently. It's been warm or hot, and we've also done swimming on top of it. So yeah, and also we've been resting pretty much most of the day today. Like we finished the gorge and came back at like 2 o'clock, and we've just been laying, after having a shower, just lounging around in our chairs. So
which I didn't expect there to be showers on the Gibb River Road, but yeah, this campsite, I suppose when you pay $25 to camp here, it's the least they can do, supply a shower, I suppose. And this is our fire. Fires just hit differently on the Gibb River Road after a long, hard day.
The city moves slow enough for me.
Couple of beers, wait for this beauty to burn down, and that'll be us, straight to bed.
good morning. Don't know if you can see me with that sun. But anyway, we're having bacon and eggs this morning. We still have some pancake mix, but we're trying to break it up, you know. While Kev's doing that, I've started cleaning up the car and packing away the rooftop. Today we have a few more gorges to do. Wow, I've got a big pimple on my chin. We're going to do Madam Gorge today, but seeing as we stayed here last night and we ended up just doing it yesterday, we're not going to do it again. And I'm glad we're not going to do it again. But anyway, it was beautiful. So yeah, plan today is just to pack up and go and see some other gorges. Not sure where we're staying tonight, we'll figure that out. And yeah, not much happened last night. We obviously had our apple strudel, had the campfire, had some drinks, and then went to bed, watched a little bit more of Virgin River, but honestly didn't really get through that much because Kev fell asleep. And then yeah, sleep was pretty good, a bit broken last night. I kept waking up on and off. It was so peaceful, you could actually hear the river going through just beside us. And then this morning got woken up to a generator, which I was absolutely thrilled about, but turns out they turned it on during the times that they're allowed to, so I was just cranky for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but I was just being a bit of a princess. But anyway. Alright, we just got to the servo and topped up our fuel. I think Kev only spent like $81 or something like that. And he also got 2 Chico rolls. We've been together for 10 years and he apparently doesn't know that I don't like Chico rolls, even though I've told him multiple times.
Who the fuck doesn't like Chico rolls?
So he...
Do you eat spring rolls?
Yeah, but I just don't like Chico rolls. It's the outside. Anyway, I just don't like them. So he had 2 Chico rolls and now he's polishing off a milk and he goes, do you want anything? I said, yeah, maybe a Coke Zero for later. And he comes back with a 1.25 litre
It was
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero
and I'm like, well, I can't really chug on that in the car. That's like a Coke that you pour in a glass. And he's like, well, you can. But anyway, long story short, we're not here to bicker. It was the thought that counts. Very lovely of him to get me a big Coke. Okay, so plan today, now that we've done that, is we're going to cross the Barnett River crossing. This is really dark, sorry, I don't know how to make that. Hopefully that's better. Apparently it can get deep. I don't know what it's like because there's no recent reviews. But the river crossings we have done are like next to nothing. They're all pretty small, so I don't really think that's going to be too deep. And then you keep going up the road and then there's a turn off that takes you to the Barnett Gorges, otherwise known as... Oh, I'm going to pronounce this really wrong, so I'm not even going to try.
Have a crack.
So, yeah, basically it's the English name is the Barnett River. So, River Gorge. So we're going to go and do that upper and lower. There's Linda's Falls up there. There's some Indigenous art. And yeah, we'll just go have a look up there and see what we can find. Alright, someone's just washing their car.
In the river.
But this is the Mount Barnett River crossing. So,
oh, she's soft. She's sandy.
Yeah, apparently it is quite sandy. But it's not too deep. It's pretty good. It's really clear as well. That's quite pretty. Unfortunately, we just got here and the gate says closed. So we're in a bit of a pickle because I don't know if you can see this on my phone, but we had all of these gorges lined up to do, and the ones at the top here, all of the purple marks are the gorges we were going to do. And now we need to think of another plan. Alright, so we just had a little bit of a chat then. Apparently you can turn down a road that takes you towards the Mount Elizabeth station. Hopefully you can hear me over the corrugations. And then walk to one of the gorges from there, but we don't know if the gate's closed up there, and that's a long way to drive up and around just to see one gorge out of all of that group. And then if the gate's closed, we've sort of driven there for nothing. So the plan is just to continue towards the Gibb River station, and apparently there is a few little walks and things along there. There's also the Gibb River, so I know we're on Gibb River Road, but this is actually the Gibb River that we're going towards. So apparently you can fish there if the water's high enough. You can swim there. People said that they haven't seen many crocs there, so we'll just go for a little bit of a drive today. I think, yeah, it's hard when all your plans sort of go out the window of what gorges you wanted to see, but that's all right. We'll just find what we can today. We don't want to sort of do too much because we've spread out our time along the road. So if we do too much, then we sort of finish quicker than expected, and we have got bookings at the other end at Lake Argyle, so we can't really finish too quickly, or we're hanging around and then we have to spend money in campgrounds because it's in a main town with no free camping, things like that. So we'll just try and take our time and find something else to do today.
Just went and saw some Aboriginal artwork. Obviously we didn't film it because you're not allowed to advertise it, but we just travelled up the road a little bit further and we found this nice little river rest stop. You're allowed to camp here. It says please leave no trace. So, but yeah, there's waterfall. That's where you cross the road over there. Just cross it there, and all the waterfalls off the other side there. It actually looks quite pretty from the other side there. Looks pretty deep here too. No crocs?
Oh, there will be somewhere.
There's another cool little river crossing. It's got quite a little waterfall on the side there. G'day peeps, we've just pulled up at the Drysdale River station. There is a homestead camp where you can stay, but I think we're going to travel further up to the Mitchell River Falls area, because I think you can get pretty close to the beach from there, and we sort of want to have a bit of a fish. It is a while away. We're just going to stop here for lunch and have a look inside the store, and yeah, we'll go from there. Right, it's a change of plans. We decided just to stay at this homestead, the Drysdale River one, because Apparently it's a 4.5 hour drive to Mitchell River from here, and then it's an 8k hike, so 4k's in, 4k's back, and then obviously you've got the 4.5 hour drive back. So we're going to stay here. It was $20 per person at this campsite, and then we'll head up to the falls tomorrow and probably do the falls and then stay at another campsite up there. But our WA Parks Pass, just another carry-on, doesn't include that certain park, so you had to pay another $50 per person to go to this Mitchell River Park. I can't remember the name of the park, but yeah, what a carry-on. Yeah, we've pulled up to camp, tried helping an elderly fella out with some headlights on his 200 series because he kept faulting up on his dash, but she's an auto-elect job, I think. Hadn't blown a fuse and the globe looks alright. But he reckons it's not actually a globe, it's a $1,500 headlight you've got to buy. And then he proceeded to tell me that they just pay $1,200 to do a helicopter tour to the Mitchell Falls. So, yeah, that's literally a great experience just for the price of a headlight. That is just rubbish. But I'm probably going to blow out my air filter because I got trapped behind a couple of caravans today, so, you know, she's probably fairly dusty. She's not too bad considering. There's no dirt in the intake, so there's no dirt obviously getting past the filter, but she's a bit red, which I expected. Blow it out, I suppose, and see how much shit's in it. But air filter's all blown out. I had to take my shirt off, it was that hot. This sun is just beaming, everything's fully charged thanks to the solar panel. Shout out to Hol.
I'm on the phone to Georgia.
Shout out to Georgia.
Oh, you're going to be on our video, George. Say hi.
Good morning. Man, this is the coldest it's been in a while. There's bloody fog all over the front of the car. All over the mirrors. Everything's cold to touch. Basically, we were up again just at random times of the night. We woke up at like 5:30 and I got out of bed at 6 because just couldn't be bothered laying in bed, so I went and had a shower. I got burnt because someone kept flushing the toilet. I reckon 15 times they flushed the toilet right next to me, so that was fun. But yeah, she's a slow start to the morning. Righto, we're about to head off for this big journey. Apparently it takes 4 hours to get up there, but we'll see how we go. Basically we're going to head towards the Mitchell Falls, and obviously if it takes us 4 hours we're not going to do the hike because it's an 8 kilometre hike, so by the time we get there it'll be too late. So we'll just find somewhere to stay if that's the case, and then we'll do the falls tomorrow and then probably drive back towards here tomorrow. But we'll see how long it takes us to get up there.
I just wanted to film this part. I just find it so cool. The road's pretty corrugated, but the road is still that red dust, and there's just trees either side. Hopefully you can hear this because it's quite corrugated. And heaps of like fern looking trees, or like tropical trees. It's really cool. Wow.
Looks better when there's water.
Yeah, there are a few water crossings that we've gone past, and you just see like the water in the middle, so if I find one again I'll record it for you. This is just a little creek crossing compared to some of the others, but it's so pretty because the water's just so
red.
Yeah, well, so clear. This one's quite muddy, but they're normally quite clear, and the sun's just reflecting off them, and it looks really cool. Right, so we just got to the King Edward River crossing, and this is probably the longest one we've done. We pulled in and we were like, wow, where do you go? Like to the left or to the right? But obviously you just go up this part here.
Well, she's a nice firm base too.
But how cool's that? Literally like, it's very clear. Very bumpy, sorry, I'm trying to hold this still.
It's only going to get bumpier here.
That was fun. Alright, so we've been driving for just under 3 hours, and we've just gotten to pretty much the start of the Mitchell Falls Road. So we've got 16 kilometres to go before we need to park the car and walk. We don't know whether we're going to do the walk now. The time is 10:34. By the time we get there, I'm assuming it'll be about 11. So I think we should be able to do the walk, but we'll just see how we feel once we get there. Alright, we have just arrived at the start of the walking trail of Mitchell Falls. It has taken us exactly 3 hours to get here, so an hour under what they anticipated. doesn't seem to be any free camping from what we can see along the way, so I don't know whether we're going to have to camp at Mitchell Falls or not, but the more we talk, the less time or the later it's going to get before we do the walk. So did you want to do it today?
Yeah, there was a sign to say how long it takes.
I don't know, the reviews that I saw said, some people said 45 minutes one way, some people said an hour and 15 one way. It's 4 kilometres one way, 4 kilometres back. So I guess just as long as it takes you 4 kilometres, it's not class 5, I think it's like a class 3 or 4, so they reckon it's a pretty easy walk with a few little rock scrambles, so we'll see. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of another episode.
Obviously, if you like our content, please give us a like, share and subscribe. Hoorah!